y'all know it's gonna be the face and the mouth for me. You ain't gonna get one or the other. You gonna get both from me. That's why it's best I stay in my house.
Jordan can hold her face and her mouth. I can only hold my mouth and not my face, and Mimi can hold none of them. Either one.
You get what you get with me. I blame my daddy. I blame my father. Did y'all see that? Well, it aired. I think it premiered the first episode, but I saw the encore where they try to make the girl groups off of all of the old, members of a group, and well, Nivea's on there too, and she was never part. Okay, so they take old members. It's Shamari DeVoe, Keely Williams from 3LW, Nivea, Lamisha, and the other girl from 702, one of the girls from Total, the two sisters from Cherish. Am I forgetting anybody? It's like 9 people. Oh, Aubrey O'Day from Making the Band. They had to put one white girl on there. And they trying to make like one big girl group.
How that's too many people.
Exactly. But they was that 9 people?
You said Aubrey O'Day from Making the Band?
She was
white? I thought it was a Mexican. I thought she was Hispanic.
No, Aubrey's white. So it's the one white girl, Shamari, Nivea, the 2 girls from Cherish, the 2 girls from 702, the chick from Total. Who am I missing? Keely. Williams. That's Keely Williams. So on the first episode, Aubrey O'Day was like, she thinks it needs to be separated into 2 groups. So she said that she wanted to work with the 2 girls from Cherish, and they've been on there.
How she get to separate the groups and choose who she wants?
That's what everybody was complaining about. They was like, why the one white girl got to come in here and try to separate everybody and bring out who she want to work with. But what took the cake for me was Keely said she was not there to be part of a group. She was there to be a creative director or something, but she has no interest in being part of the group. Then why would you come on the show?
Leave the show. Exit left.
That's everybody.
Where this show at?
I think it's on BET. I think it's on BET. It aired the first episode.
What is it called?
The Encore. I caught some clips of it, and them twins from Cherish, they kind of shady. And then everybody already been like,
they kind of what?
Shady.
No.
So they just, I don't know how that's gonna work out. It already got drama. The girl from Total, she was like, look, I'm only here because the good Lord told me to be here. Otherwise, I'd be at my house. And then one of the girls from Cherish, apparently she's been working on the scene in the background, like writing music and stuff like that. So she's on there. I still been in the industry. I'm a millionaire. I have music out right now. Then why you got time for this little show then if you sitting up here acting like it's beneath you? Like they just,
well, they want the drama.
Yeah, but for them two to come on there acting like that, then for Keely to come on there and the show was about making this super group, and you talking about you ain't trying to be part of no group, you trying to be a creative director.
Who makes a super group of 9 women? That's too much.
Are they gonna eliminate somebody? They're not gonna eliminate them.
It's no elimination.
No, it's not a competing thing. It's us coming together, working together, honing our talents together.
That's cutting a check to me.
Oh yeah, maybe Keely do need to be a creative director because she listen. Somebody need to step away and be creative director. Somebody could be the vocal coach. Somebody could be the choreographer. Somebody else could be the stylist.
Aubrey told her, how you going to be a creative? I don't know how she going to be a creative director. I only know her from what Naturi told me that she threw a bucket of chicken. I know her as the chicken bucket thrower. That's all I know her as. I was like, okay.
Lord, Aubrey, don't do it, sis.
You know
What I'm saying is, when I watched New Edition show, they said cutting the check 4 ways was hard. No, 5 ways was hard. Because you can imagine cutting the check 9 ways. TLC it was hard cutting it 3 ways. You cutting the check 9 ways. No,
Imagine.
I don't want to be in that group either. I'm not about to cut.
They met with the vocal coach, and the vocal coach went around the table, had them sing, individually. And it's a couple of them that's kind of shaky because they ain't sung in a long time. But I didn't know Shamari could sing like that. I'm used to hearing like Shamari sing like that monotone from like what's that song? Boom, like in 808. Just her like with that little but I didn't know she could sing. Sing.
How long is this show? It's 30 minutes or an hour?
I don't know.
Because that depends on if I watch it or not.
That's how I was like, would y'all be interested in seeing something like that?
I ain't got time to be adding a whole bunch of shows. I already got to catch up on the shows that I need to catch up on. Okay.
I'm still trying to get to the funny part of Schitt's Creek. Like it gets me and it pushes me, it gets me and it pushes me, and I didn't stop.
Yeah, I tried it and I couldn't get into it. I don't know. I don't remember how far I made it. I might have made it to season 2.
I ain't even made it to 2 yet. But
I don't know if I made it to 2, but yeah, it didn't. It ain't do nothing for me. Ain't it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. People kept telling me it was a hilarious show, and I was like,
I'll tell you right now where I got to. Hold on, we gonna look it up. See.
I remember people. I never went and watched it. I never watched the show.
What?
A lot of people told me it was funny, but I never went and watched it.
I've seen multiple people say how funny it is, and I'm like, it at the beginning, it's like some crazy things that happen. I'd be like, why?
Girl, I watched 3 episodes on season 1.
Baby.
And it's 6 seasons. It's 6 seasons of this thing, honey. And I watched 3 of season 1, and season 1 got 13 episodes in it. Yeah, I couldn't do it.
I passed episode 3. I know that.
The one thing on Netflix that had multiple seasons that I sat there and watched was Ozark. I was all in.
I heard Ozark was good.
I was watching. It's worth it. It's not funny though. It's just a good movie.
Tamario was watching Ozark, and sometimes when he get into stuff, I just don't.
It was a good watch. It really was.
He seemed like he liked it. I just be watching. Well, okay, so I like the shows that I like, and they're all very like the same type of show, and then I just rewatch the same shows over and over. My rewatch show is New Girl on Netflix. Mm-hmm. I don't know if y'all have watched New Girl, and I never watched New Girl before until maybe last year or year before last. Top-notch comedy. It's hilarious. I be in here dying. And it's not even like I don't like a show that I feel like is like, I don't even know if that show is a comedy. And I mean, I guess it is a comedy, but I don't like shows that when I feel like I'm watching it, it feels like it's a forced joke. Like I like that sometimes a joke might happen and I might have to think about it for a second and be like, oh, like I like that type of stuff. But New Girl, it's got a good storyline. The characters are funny. They all stay in their lane and give you a different type of just dumbness. So I appreciate that. So that's my go-to that I watch over and over again. But my regular shows, just Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy been going too long.
Listen, I don't understand how they're gonna keep going because this is Jackson is gone. Meredith, Richard, and Bailey are the only original people besides Boki, the nurse, the scrub nurse. They the only 4 people that's left from like season 1. Everybody else is gone, so I don't know how that happens. And then clearly I just like medicine shows because I be watching The Resident, New Amsterdam, The Good Doctor, all medical shows.
I can't watch medical shows because I'm a medical person. I'm not gonna watch a medical show.
Yeah,
it's not my cup of tea. My mama be watching. I'd be like, please turn.
Me off of what you call them was seeing how they be having the stuff hooked up all wrong. I'd be like,
that's what bothers me. I'm watching them do stuff wrong, and the nurses cite doctors on the floor doing surgery. They come back to the ER. What we do this at? What kind of medical? surgeon and you an ER doctor?
Like,
You
you
delivering
ain't got
babies too?
pocket.
What?
And you deliver babies.
Like, wait a minute. I didn't know they did all that. I mean, I just can't. I can't watch medical shows for that reason because
But
it
it
just be
used to
too much
go
going on.
hard in the beginning, though. It went hard in the beginning, but once I started going to nursing school, and then I was like, that's not right. I don't think that's right.
I'm gonna try New Girl though because sometimes I watch. Thank you for being a friend. I will watch that in the middle of the night.
Go to sleep to Golden Girls and
I
Frasier. I
love
will watch Golden Girls and Frasier all night.
But it sounded like it reminds me of Golden Girl because you said you got to kind of think about the joke like it's not a forced joke. That's what I started
A
thinking.
forced joke, and sometimes like I'll be watching and I'm like, oh, that was like it's clever. And I just like how like none of the characters they're just all so distinct. Like everybody just has their own thing, and it's just dumb, but they just all have these like little intricacies about them that you're just like, this is the dumbest thing, but it all works together. So it's hilarious.
You know what show I used to love watching, but I got off of it, and once you get off of a show, it's hard to go back to it. Jane the Virgin. That was actually a good
Oh, bro, you
show.
gotta go back.
Me too.
You gotta go back.
I didn't watch it since she had the baby though. I watched Seat until she had the baby. I stopped watching after she had the
Oh
baby.
no, go. Well, first of all, I understand because I mean it's very extremely dramatic with the writing. Yeah, and you had Rogelio de la Vega, and it gets to a point where you're like, come on, man, nah, with Rose and her being multiple people, and
But telenovelas are known for being
which is
so
based off
dramatic.
of right. So
Mhm.
it's an American sitcom based off of like the drama in the telenovela. So go back. 'Cause
I couldn't believe how much I liked that show. Like I was watching the thing and I was just gonna go to sleep on it. Man, I got all in, watched several seasons. I was like, what is going on?
yeah, I love Jane the Virgin.
I forgot where I left off, but I was going hard on that show every day, and then all of a sudden, I just missed a couple of days, and I never went back to it.
Oh no, it's good. Did y'all watch the Mindy Project? It's on Hulu with Mindy
No,
Kaling. That's I like her. That's funny too. It's
I like
almost
golf.
around the world of a new girl.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out because I do like Mindy Kaling. Is her last name Kaling? Kaling.
Kaling, I think.
Yeah, I like her on The Office. She's funny, but I keep going back to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender just to get all this stuff out my head, and I refuse to go to The Legend of Korra because I can't do it. I just rewatched The Last Airbender over and over
I don't
again.
even watch none of that.
Me neither. I
But
can't watch it first.
it's a good little cartoon.
No, not my tea.
Mine neither.
I guess maybe it's the boys getting to me. Oh, I don't know which one of y'all I was talking to about this. But then it all came out this past week when all of that stuff came out about Portia being engaged to that dude and his ex-wife never said anything. I don't know if I was talking to one of y'all, if I was talking to my mom. I say that heifer must have cheated because she ain't never say nothing. She was too quiet. And
Oh,
then
the ex-wife. Oh yeah, she never. I mean, yeah, she
and
cheated.
she came out. I never watched the interview, but then they teased an interview that she did. So after they teased the interview, Simon got on social media and went hard. He was telling everything about her cheating, posting pictures of the dude that she was cheating with, that it was somebody that he thought was a friend. He even took pictures from their household camera of the dude and posted it. Like he put Simon was like, yeah, he said, the face of cheating wife. Let's start with why I filed for divorce. Let's start with who she cheated with and currently pregnant for and living in a home I paid for post divorce. And he tagged the dude's Instagram handle in the post.
Oh wow.
I say he had time that day to be petty. He posted videos of them like coming into the yard trying to separate, thinking the cameras wouldn't catch them. I said, okay.
Hmm.
And was some dude she had he thought was a friend or some young guy. But
So did he get with her friend on purpose?
I don't know. I said maybe what you call them introduce them because she they little African connect Shamia.
I mean, I don't know. I don't watch these shows. I just was keeping up with the drama.
Um
And by keeping up with the drama, I mean I had no choice because it was all over the radio. It
yeah.
was all over the timeline. It was everywhere. So you had no choice but to know that Portia was with some dude who was just married to somebody that was supposed to be her friend, but maybe they're not friends. And then they kept showing the episode where she was at their house and
So
was introduced to him.
So Tammy Roman said that the way that because Portia said that they were never friends, and then everybody kept pulling up the pictures of her being, at their house and then posting that one picture that they took together. So Tammy said that the way that it works is when they get ready to introduce a new person to the show, they'll reach out to a couple of people and be like, hey, can you go, reach out to this person to kind of get them uh somebody on the show on their side, I guess, or get them a new friend just to kind of welcome them. So that's probably how her and Portia ended up, how Portia ended up at their house and ended up in a couple of pictures together because they probably asked her to be that person to reach out to Phelan because she was going to reach out to her to add her to the show. So that's probably where that came from. I said all around it's still dirty. That's still kind of petty. You done been up in some, but regardless if y'all friends or not, you done been up in this woman's house breaking bread with her, smiling all in her face, and then you turn around and now you engaged to her husband and y'all mending fam like
But
blending.
she out there doing her own thing in the streets anyway, huh? Ain't that what y'all just said?
But it wasn't with no well, yeah, it was with somebody that her husband.
I mean, she out there doing her thing in the streets. She probably ain't concerned.
Yeah.
She
I
might be
mean,
like,
how do I care? If they happy, you like it, I love it. Yeah. You Simon, you happy? Portia, you happy? Y'all good? All right. Okay. They ain't paying my bills around here.
Baby, I say he was petty. That just took me. I was like, I said that she must have cheated though. And for him to put that out there like that, I said that explains it. But y'all president petty too. He posted held up a whole long thing, held up a card with the GOP members of Congress who voted against the COVID relief bill, but were now promoting it in their home states. He held up the card with all their names on it. I said,
you should have made a clear picture.
oh, it's clear.
Oh, it's clear?
It's clear. You can literally see the names with the states.
I'm tired of it.
Biden
He
said,
tired. He tired of these people. I mean, being a Republican and being a Democrat like being a blood and a crip.
Pretty much.
It is. They don't want to work together.
some
He
people say,
tired of that shit. He like, look, dude, anybody got time for this? Y'all out here voting against stuff that we need.
and then going back home and acting like he was all for it with a whole.
Mm.
I said, okay.
The red and the blue is real in the streets and in Congress.
Somebody made that I wholeheartedly agree with. Somebody said that they were wondering if the American flag was now the new Confederate flag. I say yes.
Mm.
Yes. To me, yes.
My
Yeah.
husband feels that way. When because a bunch of people in my neighborhood put up flags for every holiday, right? Like we literally roll down the street and there's flags every damn where. And he'd be like, damn, what holiday is it now? And I was like, these people could be veterans. They got family members veteran. My husband would be like, they racist.
When
Like,
I see it now, I automatically assume that people are racist.
huh?
When I see the American flag now, I automatically assume that people are racist.
You sound just like him because that's what he said. But I said people can be veterans. People can be, it doesn't mean that. I mean,
Yeah.
because I was thinking about my neighbors. Like I told you, when Trump and Biden was running against each other, I literally had neighbors that like one side of the street said Trump, one said Biden. Like I was like, damn, what y'all do in the morning when y'all go in your car? Because they was going hard. I mean, multiple signs kind of thing, right? And some of those same people, they rocking with their American flag, back and forth. It's only one person in my neighborhood who still got a Trump sign up. Still got a Trump flag up. Like, give it up, boo boo. Give it up.
I feel like I saw somebody put up like Or somebody was saying something about like a Trump 2024.
He gonna be old. I can't say nothing because Biden knows it. Hell, too.
I just
He is.
I feel I understand that some people may be veterans, but at the same time, those people are not. If they're just doing it based solely off of them representing the fact that they're a veteran, they're not plastering it everywhere. They just have it there. The people who are gung ho racist, they're like American flag, all over the bumper of their trucks, hanging from in a decal in the window, their clothes. It's like, okay, we know what you represent, and that's not it's not patriarchy, sir. It's not patriarchy.
Yeah, I almost posted something one day talking about Trump's age when Biden and Trump was going against each other, and I was like, you know what? I can't do that. I gotta slow my roll because his ass old.
Exactly.
How old is Trump?
Trump, I think Trump is 74 and Biden is 78, I believe.
I think he's
Let me
70.
Google it real quick. But
Mm.
they both, I mean, I believe we elected the oldest president ever have been elected with Trump, and then we went back and did it again with Biden. Like he beat him as far as for age.
Got
That's
it.
I'm like, come on now. Why are we getting these senior citizens?
Baby.
So Trump was 74, and he was the oldest one to serve as commander in chief. And
Which means he
now,
was 78 when he's done, which in 2024 will make him in his 80s, right? 81
mm,
or
81.
82.
I heard this comedian say, Thomason, I told him, it's jobs out here if you really serious. I'm like, you want to sit at home all day. It's jobs out here if you really serious.
Baby. These people out here looking, they mad because don't nobody want to work no more. I said, these people ain't working for pennies no more. Y'all better get with it. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. These people ain't about to be. Who was that? That was a restaurant in Cyprus. Had a whole sign out in front talking about something they were supposed to open. Um, what this summer or May or June they were supposed to open, but nobody wants to work, so they had to push back their open date. Anybody about to come be a waiter or a waitress for $7 an hour?
Our waitress get paid like $2 and some hour. I think it's $3 and something. I used to be a waitress.
They ain't
So
about
you
to
only
pay
get paid by your
shit.
tips. You get paid $2 and I think it was 46 cents when I was in college. So that check literally would be ate up by taxes a lot if people, put their card in. Like I used to love cash tips because then we report that, right?
Baby,
And I could actually get a check because most of the time my whole check would just go to like paying the taxes on the money that I received from debit card tips. You get paid $2 and something as a waitress.
that's exactly why I don't blame them people. That's exactly why. Y'all better stick to curbside. You want to open so bad? Curbside.
True.
Anyway, the topic. Oh, Lord. Okay, this gonna be quick, then. We just spent 23 minutes talking about everything else under the sun. The topic today is preferences.
Mhm.
And when do they become disrespectful? And so, yeah, when
What you
I
mean?
say when I say that, I mean like how you have people that will say, "Oh, I only date this type of person," or "I only date this type of person," or let's just say somebody chooses to like date outside their race, and they'll freely date outside their race. But if they date their race, they give a qualification list of what this person in their race has to have. But if you date outside your race, you'll take anything under the sun. That's what I mean by preferences being disrespectful. When y'all were dating, did y'all have preferences? Is my knee ashy? I took a shower but didn't put on lotion. I'm sorry.
Um, I don't know that I had preferences, but I've never dated outside my race. Um, I can't say that anybody I would have if somebody would have like, tried to holler and they was, a decent person, I'd have went on a date or two
with
or
Even with dating inside your race, did you have like a list of things that you no? It was just with
nah, I don't feel like I've ever been that person because I'm like, I understand it's kind of double because it's like, oh, you should make this list of what you want and set your standards and whatever. And I'm like, everybody's different and everybody's gonna bring something different, like from their different backgrounds. So for me to like solely like close off a whole entire like pool of people because of, like a preference, like I mean, I ain't really listen, I was dating some of everybody. People had, you know, been to college, not been to college, had tax paying jobs, not had tax paying jobs. Um, I if as long as you was a decent person, I was fine. Like I wasn't like I've never been that strict on like the type of people that I was dating.
Hmm. I'm trying to think like preferences. I guess I got married to a young child. I don't know. I was thinking more like I used to have like a GPA preference. I'm being serious. Like I just don't want to date no dumb dude. Like when I was in high school, even like I used to be very much so like not gonna date a guy who wasn't like about his schoolwork. It ain't like I had like, oh, 3.5 or higher. Let me check that out. But it was more so like, do you care? Do you care about education? Because it was such a big part of my life. So I just didn't really, there's literally only one person who I was like, hey, it don't matter for them because they fine, real fine. So I just let it go. But everybody else, I was like, yeah, I gotta have some really good grades. Like I need to see you on. If I'm getting an award, you need to be getting an award too. Like we need to be on the same. So that was probably my only preference.
I never had so say preferences. It was more so I wasn't just going with the wind and just dating any and everybody. It was more so if I like you, there's a reason I like you. I ain't just jumping from dude to dude. If I'm genuinely interested in you, it's for some reason. So there was no like, oh, only date tall dudes, only date short dudes, only date skinny dudes, only date thick dudes. Like it wasn't. And then even still, I honestly wouldn't, I feel like I wouldn't date somebody who I considered to be dumb or less than smart. I'm sorry, let me be politically correct. But even still, if y'all had some or knew somebody that said that they don't date, they had to date somebody that was physically attractive to them, but was always complaining about being with shallow people, or they have nothing in common with that person.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you in the bar and then you two people standing side by side, and let me just say one is thick, one skinny, and you physically attracted to the skinny person, but this big person right here, you just completely glossed over her, and without even getting to talk to her. She could have been pretty, but you never even looked at her face. You just saw her shape and just went to the shallow helper just standing here who probably only wants you for your money. And
Well,
then
I'm
you
gonna have the conversation one time type of person. If that's my friend, I'm probably gonna address it like, if you give, other people a chance, you might actually be surprised. Like, and I'm not gonna push it, I'm not gonna press you, but I am gonna say it if I notice it and it's like, all right, like, the same things are happening. And I'm gonna say that as well. Like, you aren't getting anywhere with the types of people that you're dating. So maybe you should be like, a little bit more open. Like, ain't nobody saying you got to marry people, but maybe try to talk to, say hey, have some coffee or something with somebody that's like outside of your norm.
and then you never know, something might grow from that.
Right.
I think
I
that's how.
think it's more like I always when I look at people when I see people like that who are that shallow, and sometimes I consider myself to be a little shallow, but but when I see you that shallow, I always think in my head like they're gonna learn. Like with time, eventually you should pick up on like, hey, maybe this ain't what to do. Maybe I need to be dating people who I can actually have real conversations with. Maybe this is not, gonna work out for me. Like, so a lot of times when it comes to people like that, I kind of let them learn their own lesson. Like, you're gonna see that maybe, light skin, wavy hair, whatever, ain't always the best cup of tea. It ain't the one for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you should try, something different. But I mean, for the most part, I know certain people who that's all, they're very much so a prototype, or used to be anyway. And I mean, I just roll with it. When I see somebody who look like that, I might be going like, hey, that's you. Because I mean, I can't be mad if that's what you like, whatever,
There
but
you go. That's what you like right over there. There you go.
hey,
That's it. That's what you. I mean, I have a cousin who like
yeah.
always dates the same looking woman. It's the same look. Always got the same look. And I'm just like, it hasn't worked out for him yet. He's in his mid 40s.
Yeah.
And
And he still ain't gave up.
all the same ones
Give up.
ain't worked out for him yet. But I guess he's gonna keep trying till something works.
But that's what they like. It's kind of like, some people get stuck into this is what beauty looks like. And it don't matter what else you put in front of them, because it just bothers me when it's about shades. Shades and size. I guess those are my two things that like kind of piss me off when people say, oh, they don't like big people, or they don't like dark people, or they don't like light people for that matter. I just kind of be like, don't be an asshole. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be that person to just be really, because I think everybody, there's some chunky dudes that look nice, and some real fit dudes that look nice, and some light dudes that look nice, and some dark dudes that look nice, and people in between, because we don't get no credit in between.
I mean, and sometimes those people give people a chance to grow their beards, seeing beards out here saving lives. Some people, hey.
But I mean, honestly, there are, and I feel like I've spoken to this to some of my homegirls before. Like, there are times where like you can meet a person and not necessarily be attracted to them, but then over time, as you get to know them, they become attractive.
Oh, absolutely.
And it could be just like a special like nuance that like shows up in your relationship, or just you seeing how they are like in a relationship that would make them attractive, which is like, I never shade nobody when they got like, somebody that may not be the most pleasant on the eye, because I know that a winning personality can, love is blind, Eve said. So I know a winning personality and, a good person that's going like love you and be all in, like that's what you're seeing. Like, you ain't from the outside, and I don't know this man. I don't know why his eyes that way and his teeth that way. I don't know, but for you, it's working.
You got to wake up to him, not me. So you do your thing, then, girl. Whatever works.
You're right.
If he's treating you right, you go ahead.
Now, when we're talking about being disrespectful, something that was told to me a long time ago, somebody has a preference of, they had this standard that if this person is black, and if they were to date a black girl, this person had to they can't wear weaves. She has to have long, pretty hair. It has to be all her. She has to have beautiful teeth. She can't have no tattoos. She can't, stuff like that. But every time they ended up dating outside their race, the person wore extensions. The person was covered in tattoos. It was like
No standing for the others.
right. So how is that? That seems borderline disrespectful to me, that you would put that type of stuff on, like those type of restrictions on people of your same race. But then just when it comes to people outside of your race, everything goes. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous to me.
I mean, it's just like, when I hear that, I just think of a sense of like, you think about the fact that you're the hardest on yourself. right? Like when it comes to criticism, like when you're looking at pictures of yourself, you looking at stuff that nobody else is even looking at, ain't nobody thinking about, ain't nobody brought up,
Who
which
they
could
bringing up
lead,
for that?
which could lead to being like, listen, okay, this is what I see. When I see me and I'm seeing this color, this is what I need, this is how I need it to be. Like this is what I see within that color, and this is what I expect within, that race. And it might be hard for them to see it, outside of that.
Hmm. I was with you for a moment.
I'm just offering a possibility. I mean, who knows? Okay. I'm just
Because I thought you was gonna go in the self love direction with that. Because like I was thinking, like we are very hypocritical of ourselves, so maybe there's something within them that they don't like about being themselves. And when I say that, or maybe they feel like a certain amount of perfection that they need to have. Because people harder on Black people. I mean, that's why we got the faces and the certain voice and all of like to try to just keep everybody else calm around his mug. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so I wonder if it's something deeper psychological, like as far as for them liking themselves. Or in that case, like when it's a dude, one of my husband's co-workers, this was from a while ago, he would say like all Black women were like ghetto and this, that, and the third. Like that would be something he said. And I was talking to him one day and I said, I'm Black, am I ghetto? And he was like, no, Shantae, I don't mean you, but you do mean me because you said a Black woman. I'm a Black woman. So, and then I met his mom, and his mom was like the closest thing to Claire Huxtable I ever met in life. Like, I mean, when I say this woman, she did something for an oil and gas company, made plenty of money. She was with the daddy for like 30 years, House was spectacular. I mean, the kindest people. And I'm just like, how can you say that Black women are ghetto when your mother is so far removed from anything I ever seen, like from being ghetto? Like there's nothing about, and then his sister was
He
going to medical school.
probably grew up in an elite community of elite Black women and elite Black people, right? And let's be quite honest, there are different
But he grew up with this.
There are spectrums of Black people, right? So I
Mhm.
mean, although he grew up with this, but the Black people that were sprinkled in were like his mom, and the Black girls that were sprinkled in were probably closer to this than that. So for him to now wander out in the world and see like an actual like sister, he's like, oh no, oh child, the ghetto. Like he probably was on his what's the girl name from Housewives? He was on his Nene. Ooh child, the ghetto, because he didn't understand what this was, because this is not the type of woman that he grew up seeing or grew up being around.
Okay, I could give you that because I sure was like, I was so confused. I'm like, everybody around him, every Black woman I met in this man's family, like, because they invited us over for something, so their family was there, whatever. I had met his sister on other occasions, and I was just sitting there like, how can he say this? Like, how can he say this? Like,
And I could understand why he said to you, no, I don't mean you. Because when he said that, he doesn't mean his mom. He doesn't mean his sister. He probably doesn't mean the few Black people that he grew up with within the spectrum that he grew up with. He means people outside that.
But when he said that though, he's saying it just like white people have said it to me at work.
Yes.
Oh, this, that, and the third, whatever, blah, 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 something about Black people, and then look at me and go, oh, but I don't mean you, Shantae. But you do mean me. And every time I will say that, but you do mean me. Because if you didn't know me, you mean me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it's frustrating to me, like his attitude towards, and I mean, we Instagram friends and he rocking it with another other.
I have a problem with people that be like, well, you just don't like all except for you, like everybody else of that race except for you. I'm like, why?
You're saying except for me because I'm standing in your face right now, and I said, "Oh, you talking about me." So that's why you mean except for me, because if you was around another crowd, I'm included.
Yep.
I'm
Either
included
J
in
or
that
R.
number. I'm in that group
Right.
because no matter, and you can say except for me, but I'm in the group, sis. So what we talking
Yep.
about?
Because it's like I'm educated. I can be my total self, or I can sit up here and be a facade. But the same person that's gonna sit up here and speak eloquently to you, be educated, nice and proper to you, is the same person that could stick their foot so far up your behind. You're gonna have to give me a pedicure before you can brush your teeth. Like I can do all things, boo. Like,
She's
but when
acting through
like
Christ who strengthens me.
through Christ. Thank you. This foot is coming with Christ. Like, come on now. I don't get it. But when I hear people give things like that, it's like, what have you? It makes me think, what has your mother done to you, or what did you see your mother do that you don't like? Like, because me, this is just me. I'm not a guy, but I have been told or seen that guys tend to go for girls who typically remind them of their mother.
Yeah, so it's not what did your mother do to you? It is the pedestal in which they are holding their mother on, and that is now their like guideline
But your
for.
mother has set the example for you, yes.
Yeah, but if your
But
mother
at
was
the
setting the
same
example and your
time,
mother was Claire Huxtable,
but at the
if you
same time,
growing up and your mother is Claire Huxtable, then as a young black man and a wife, that's what you want.
You looking for Claire.
You want a Claire. You want
Mm.
a woman that's well put together. You
But he
want a
can
woman.
find that. He
I
can
have
You
find
want a
seen
that.
woman that speaks properly. You want a woman that is going to take care of your home. She is going to have some type of straight, very regular hair. She's not giving you a fro. She's not giving you a coffin nail. Sis is giving you a very cute, small
Manicure. Mhm.
manicure that's a clear or nude color at all times. Her outfits aren't too tight, but it's just enough. Like that's what you grew up looking at. That's what you want. You're not going to attract the opposite. The opposite, you're going to be looking at them like, oh, my mom would never.
But you don't know what your mama did when she was younger.
I mean,
Boo boo, your mama might have been out wearing something too tight
you know that,
with her
okay?
hair in
Because
an afro because she from
and
in the
I'm Claire
70s.
Huxtable, okay? I'm gonna have to archive my Instagram when my baby girl is of age, and I'm walk around here like Claire with my briefcase, okay, speaking in a proper language. I'm gonna have to be like, listen, this is how you're supposed to act, Abigail.
like I do want my sons to have standards. I do want my son, but
But Mimi, nope, because let's just say it plain. You do want your sons to have standards. However, let Mason or Jackson bring a little girl up in your house and she acting all types of just, and you gonna be like, if you don't get that little hood girl up out my house,
yes.
because no, thank you. That ain't what we doing. That ain't what we bringing home. So what's the difference?
See,
But
but what's wrong? Okay, so what is not acceptable in the white world? So they brought home a little white girl who wears shorts that that the t-shirt cover up. You know how they do out here. They be wearing these damn t-shirts. You can't even tell they got shorts on underwear under their doggone t-shirt. Shouldn't we be sending that back out the door too?
oh, absolutely. But at the same, I wouldn't mind. I don't care if they date white women. My whole thing is, don't let that be all you date. And if you don't put a stipulation on a black girl, if you was to date a black girl, that you did not put on that little white girl that you chose to date. Like, what did I do to you to make you want to put me in a box so that
But
you
America has their such strict standards on black women as well. Like that's not just a narrative that they just created. Like I'm so happy when I hear dudes say that they don't want a Beyonce type, to be honest with you. Because it seems like that became long hair, light skin, this kind of body, blah, blah, blah. And that became everybody's dream girl. You know what I'm saying? The Kelly got overlooked. Put the Kelly to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just those people who create those standards. It's America who creates those standards. They say, oh, Halle Berry, oh, mixed and this and that. It's been going on for a long time, Edie, that they have been creating
I
a
agree.
standard that is way more. tight
It's way more
fits.
than your parents. Yep.
Yeah, it's not like in the white world. You could have red hair, or you could have blonde hair, you could have black hair. Like they have their blonde hair, blue eye thing for a minute, but for the most part, they still have women who look different, who they all consider to be beautiful. You know, they got the Scarlett Johansson, and they got what's the girl name from Friends? You know, some stuff.
Jennifer Aniston, my
Yeah, you know,
boo.
like two totally different looks. But when it comes to us, it seems like they created a look, and that was the look for the
Standard.
black girl for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like every now and again, you got your Lisa Turtles. That was a little bit on the darker side, who was considered the pretty girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, but for the most part, they kept it very, very tight. That this is what beauty is. So it's not just those dudes who doing that. That's just in a way, it's TV, it's everything.
But to me, that's what makes it so. I guess I get it. If that's all you see, that's gonna be the norm. But at the same time, you live in the real world. What you see on TV is not what you see when you walk out your door. So for you to walk out the door, what is gonna make you look at me half the time? When I did wear a weave, half the time can't nobody tell what it is unless I say, oh, it's a wig, girl. Don't worry about it. Oh, it's a weave. Oh, it's a ponytail. Like you didn't even know. So if you were to put that type of stipulation on me and be like, oh, I could date a girl. I could date a black girl, but she can't wear a weave. You don't even know I got weave in my hair right now. So what's the problem? What's the issue here?
I mean, people have their preferences. Now, not to say that Tamario has ever told me that I cannot wear weaves. However, he weaves ain't his thing.
I get that. If that is
He like to be hand to scalp. He's in my head. And when I got to weave and he got to be fidgeting around braids, and you know, if he just want to be cuddling and whatever, he could take a braid every now and then. But I mean, if you prior to this, I used to be weave blonde down the waist, but a curl black is gonna be short. It's gonna be a bob. Like I was giving it up with all of the styles. But I do understand that, you know, so now, you know, maybe once a year I get a weave instead of every 3 months.
But he never told you he don't like weaves.
Yes, yes, he has.
He told you he don't like weaves.
He does not like weaves. He does not like wigs. He has made that very clear to me.
Me and brother gonna have a talk.
He does not. He doesn't. But think about it. Did their mom wear weaves and wigs?
Tom wears weaves. She's worn it before. Yeah.
But how often does she wear weaves and wigs?
Not often.
You see her, she does her own hair. Like, that's what they grew up looking at their mama do her own hair. She in the house perming, she in the house coloring, she in the house doing her own curls, wash and rod set, everything. She in the house, she do her own hair. She didn't need all of that.
I gotta say one more thing about this. The thing is though, like you said, they go out their house, but the thing is though, Mimi, that they think they deserve something that they don't. Like we was talking about, me and one of my other friends was talking about this one day, and we was like, you could take a dude, don't look like nothing, ain't doing too much of nothing in life, and he think he deserved the cream of the crop. Beyonce 10, right? You know, even though he over there looking like Biggie Smalls without money. So, but then they see that too. In reverse, they see what's his name? Damn, I can't think of people's names today. You know, the rapper. Oh, God dog it. Maybach Music.
Rick
Ross.
They see Rick Ross with somebody who looked like, you know, gorgeous, drop dead. They sitting there looking like Rick Ross with no money, and they think that they deserve that. They think they got they're not being realistic with themselves. They're 2, and they think they deserve an 8 or 9 or 10. People ain't real with themselves no more because they see an unrealistic stuff, but they don't know you got to have some money at least.
You got to be bringing something to the table at least to be, baby. I wish Tyrone would.
What? Say he ain't like weeds?
Well, Tyrone he's not into all of that. His is more so what it look like, because you ain't about to be walking behind me looking like Booba the Fool. If it's nice, I don't care. If it's ratchet, take it out. Like although he is not one for all those wild colors, he don't like wild colors, but he'll do like a blonde tip or something like that. It has to be like, you know, nice. It can't just be all those rainbows. So I don't know. I don't know. My head hurts thinking about like
Just
still
thinking
think
about the girls and the women that your sons is
"Ooh,
gonna bring up in the house. And I just want to say, Mimi, don't take it personal, girl, because it ain't got okay. Don't take it personal. Don't ask yourself what you didn't do or what you did to them to
you gonna
make their choices of the women that they are dating. Because
have
at the
this."
end of the day, they can grow up in your house and they're gonna grow up in the same Mason and Jackson gonna grow up in the same house. And they can go out into this world and pick two whole entire different types of women. They're going to have two whole entire different types of experiences of how they feel like things were growing up in the house. You can't take blame for that.
Because Lord knows, me and my brother had a whole nother life, two different life experiences. He missing stuff like parts of our child.
Oh, I done had 3 other people in the household with me, and everybody else it's on the spectrum. It's
Mhm.
so I mean, yeah,
One of them gonna bring home somebody just like her though. I'm be sitting there like Mimi, she just like you.
Ooh, she gonna be so mad. She ain't gonna like the little girl. She
She
ain't
don't
gonna
like it all.
with her. I can't wait, Jesus.
we still have
I'm
to
just
sit
sitting there
down
like
and
she
have
That's why
is
you don't
just
like it because she act just like you. That's why I'm be
you.
sitting there rolling my neck because she act just like you. That's why you don't like
I'm gonna send it to y'all house first and let y'all give me a report, and then see if she can come to my house. You gotta be deemed worthy to walk up in this Tate household. So go on to your aunties, go take them to your aunties first. Let your aunties give me a report and see if they worthy to come up in here.
I'm like Mimi, she act just like you. This is
She
you
can't
are.
come in here. She can't come in here. I'm the only one that can run around here acting like this. I'm the only one that get a pass. When she get on in her house, you can do what you want to do in your house, but you ain't coming up in here acting like me. I know
Be
I'm
like, if I can't act like myself, then I ain't gonna come to your mama house. If your mama got a problem with me being who I am,
look, then
I'll be
Michelle
like,
be mad at me. I'll be like, well, bitch, don't come. What you here anyway?
no, we not going to your mama house for the holidays. Nope.
mm-mm.
We could be home. Nope, nope, no Christmas. No, I'm not going over there.
She
No.
wanna see my grandbaby. She ain't seen my grandbaby for no 2 weeks. She
Whoa,
was
whoa,
out her mind.
Nope.
whoa.
She gonna act like that. If she don't want to see me, she don't want to see these grandkids because these are my kids, okay? So she ain't gonna be seeing them.
Baby, if I had some paws, I'd clutch you. This went from jokes to really personally attacked.
We just telling you what's gonna happen. We just acting it out for you
We
ahead of time.
preparing you.
The disrespect. God, I hope no. My child don't bring no better home like me. I mean, she can be black. She can please.
And we gonna be asking, well, maybe how you? Well, I ain't seen. He ain't bring that little girl over here. I don't know. I ain't seen her. Her mama be acting crazy, so I ain't listen. I ain't worried about it. I sent her something for Christmas. That's it. I sent her something for her birthday. I'm like, Mimi, don't act like that. Be nice to your grandchild's mother.
Oh, we just skip straight to Greggy.
She said we were trying to great.
That's how it's gonna happen, Mimi.
Oh my God.
That's gonna happen.
That's how it's gonna happen, and you're gonna have to be nice to the little girl
Oh, I really got a headache now.
so you can see your grandchildren.
Ooh.
Cause she be like, if she say something to me, we leaving. I'm not staying. If she gonna be saying stuff to me, I'm leaving, Mason. Do you understand? We getting in the car and we're going back to wherever the hell we live.
Okay.
It's so sad because I'm
Hey,
done
you can
that.
stay. Matter of fact, you can stay. Me and little MJ, we out. You stay.
It's
You
so
stay right at your
sad.
mama house. You want to be a mama's boy? You stay right at your mama house. And me and MJ, we going home.
And
You do what Miss Mimi say. I ain't Miss Mimi child.
That ain't my mama.
it's so sad because I'm done that. I'm serious.
I'm
That
telling
is
you.
not my mama. I don't got to sit here and listen to this. I am going home. If you want to stay, you stay. But me and my son, we leave.
Oh Lord, I gotta
Did
go.
you know I breastfeed him?
Gonna call my mother-in-law. I
Yeah,
got
you need to go call your mother-in-law and apologize, don't you? I'm so sorry that I took you through. Okay, all of this. Okay,
she took me through too.
I ain't know at the time. Okay.
It was her. Me and her came to the grand consensus that it was her. It wasn't me.
I'm just telling you, Mimi, you're gonna be sitting there like,
The headache. I just be respectful and please just don't put no stipulations on the type of woman. I would prefer for you to bring home an African American girl. If you choose not to, it's on you. But please just don't say she gotta do this, she gotta act like this, she gotta walk like this, she gotta talk like this. Cause boo, your mama be all over the spectrum. I be all over the spectrum.
that's why they gonna bring one home like you.
Hopefully by that time I've been a mellow, so I wouldn't care. But that's it. Oh, this was episode 11. I forgot to say we in double digits. Yeah, so preferences. Disrespectful. They are. But I got a headache now. Y'all done did me. But another good episode. We'll talk to you guys later. So bye.